Let's take a look at preparation and budget philosophy. So the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, has the primary responsibility for the budget document and the budget administration. However, it's best to be engaged in the budget preparation process cooperatively. So we'd like to call this a cooperative process. And this includes all employees from the top of the organization down to the lowest level of the organization, entry level or whatever it may be. And so everybody can have a direct connection to the budget process and the preparation, and you have a little bit more understanding of why it is what it is. We want to make sure that the budget and a strategic plan work cooperatively as well. So usually a strategic plan is a 5-year plan, sometimes more, for the future of the organization. And we want to link our different plans to the budget. And so that includes our strategic plan or operational plan for the year to that planning process with the budget. And remember, budget decisions should link with the strategic plan, focusing on an achievement in that plan. So looking at what are our goals in the plan and with the budget. One type of budget is called an open-ended budget, and this provides for optimum operation. There are no restrictions on proposed expenditures. The budget can be adjusted on a continual basis. It's easy to prepare and difficult to administer. So as far as administration, it's difficult to really rein in certain things of it overall. And one of the parts that may be good about it is it's not too sophisticated of a process, but because of that, there can also be some hazards with that type of budget as well. The next thing we'll look at is a fixed ceiling budget. For this, we need to make sure that budget growth or decline is identified at the start of the process. Usually there's minimal growth to a budget. So we're looking at overall a 5% increase or a 2% increase or something like that. The budget is based on projected revenues, and it's made to be responsive to organizational change. So how have things changed, and how can our budget respond to that? And this is usually the most common budget philosophy, in all honesty. So we have a maximum amount of money to spend. We look at an identified increase, maybe a 2% increase. We project revenues for the year, and we look at how our organization has changed and budget accordingly. Next, let's take a look at workload measurement. So this is often the most difficult budget type to prepare. Work is based on a measurement of task. So functions well for repetitive tasks, things we're going to do over and over again, and less well for non-repetitive tasks, like that there's a big variety of things to do. This is not used very often in public agencies, and if you want to learn more about it, I encourage you to check it out. So let's look at the increase-decrease analysis, and this is a form of a fixed ceiling budget. And there's an item-by-item review identifying things as essential, desirable, or justified. And so we can categorize every expenditure in that way. It requires a base budget plus outlines for alternative budgets. So we can look at if we did this or that to the budget, what would our total be, and so forth. It is very time-consuming, but it works well for an unstable revenue stream. So if you've got times of the year where there's going to be a lot more revenue or a lot less revenue, this can help out. Then we have the factorial estimating budget philosophy, and this looks at past expenditures, then factors what it believes will be future expenditures. So we're looking at our past and trying to estimate for the future. It also looks at revenues for multiple years to forecast future revenue. So we can look at not just last year, but the several years before that to see if there's any fluctuations. Again, this type of budget philosophy and budgeting is not popular, not often used in sport, tourism, leisure, and recreation. And that's it for preparation and budget philosophies.